Hello, my name is Ahmet Izmirlioglu, and this short presentation is on the introduction of smallpox inoculation to Great Britain. The presentation will bring together two topics I find very significant: the importance of women's contributions to their societies and the benefits of global connections among human civilizations. I would like to start the story with a seemingly disconnected topic: women in Islam. Unlike what the stereotypes about Muslim women living under oppressive theocracies in the present day might suggest, Islam from the very beginning had granted very liberal rights to women. Through these rights, women independently of their husbands could own businesses and land, as well as earn money they could leave as inheritance to their children. Through these rights, Muslim women also participated in the economy, specializing in sectors such as textile making and healthcare. These were legal privileges denied to most of their counterparts in Europe for many centuries. By comparison, women in Great Britain, for instance, acquired the right to own property independent from their husbands only in 1882, which brings us to the main heroine of our story, Lady Mary Wortley Montagu, a British noblewoman who visited and stayed in Istanbul, also known as Constantinople, the capital of the Ottoman Empire, during her husband's tenure as the British ambassador there from 1716 to 1718. Her status gave Lady Mary unprecedented access for a Westerner into the private spaces of Ottoman women, for instance, into Turkish baths enjoyed weekly as a place of social gathering by women. But through her Ottoman lady acquaintances, Lady Mary also observed the relatively liberal freedoms and opportunities Ottoman women enjoyed compared to their European counterparts. Lady Mary's famous letters to friends and relatives teem with yearning for the many privileges enjoyed by Ottoman women. However, one letter dated April 1st, 1717, discussed an observation by Lady Mary that would define her for the rest of her life. Lady Mary observed Ottoman women inoculating healthy Ottoman citizens against smallpox, a devastating infectious viral disease that had a mortality rate of 30%. The success of this strange procedure had a tremendous impact on Lady Mary, for this was a very personal issue for her. She had lost a sibling to this terrible disease that often left survivors with horrible scars. The disease manifested itself with pus-filled boils that scabbed over, fell off, leaving the victims with atrocious scars for the rest of their lives. Lady Mary, herself a smallpox survivor, carried such scars on her body. The Ottoman procedure involved scraping material from the pus-filled boils and transferring the material under the skin of a healthy person. This would result in a much weakened version of the disease in the subject, who in most cases would develop an immunity to smallpox following this episode. Having witnessed the success of this procedure, for mortality rates due to smallpox dropped to 3% after the procedure, Lady Mary had her young son inoculated with success. She also brought the knowledge of smallpox inoculation to her homeland, Great Britain, where she widely advertised its merits to family, friends, and even to some members of the royal family. After some initial resistance, the widespread use of the procedure saved thousands of British lives. Later in the 1700s, a British doctor, Edward Jenner, developed an even more effective vaccine against smallpox using a method derived from that of the Ottomans. I would like to conclude by reiterating two very important topics. First, the tremendous importance women played in their respective societies throughout world history, a topic sadly not covered enough, especially due to a shortage of primary sources. Second, a topic especially germane at the present time: the importance of global connections among human civilizations. As long as global connections are nurtured with the risks of such connections in mind, such as global pandemics, humanity will continue to drive the benefits of these connections by building wealth, furthering human knowledge, and creating common ground across cultures for a brighter future. But only if both the risks and benefits are considered. Thank you for watching.